This weekend, we lost not just a Valley icon, a sports icon, Al McCoy. Pat's sitting here with us because, Pat, you've known Al over the years, not just at games, but off the court, too. Even where you had, I think, one of the last interviews with him here
as
on the show.
As a matter of fact, I just had somebody send me a picture. Now, of course, this means I have to do something technical, like find the picture on the phone. Can you get that? Yeah, that's Al and Pat in that order when he was down here a couple of months ago, and just as quick and sharp a guest as he was a play-by-play guy. But the thing is that Al, Vin Scully, Chick Hearn, those giants, but nobody ever was with one team as a play-by-play announcer longer in professional sports than Al McCoy. 50 years with the Phoenix Suns. But you know what? I was with Al longer than that. Oh, really, Pat? Tell us the story. First day that I ever met Al, I'd been here a couple of weeks, and just out of the Army, enjoying May 1960. And went through a television station with my resume, and Al comes out, and as you would expect from Al McCoy, friend to everybody, including total strangers, came over, introduced himself, and we discovered that we had Iowa links. He was from Williams, Iowa. I went to high school in Des Moines. My parents sent me to a private boarding school there because they were on the road. And Al went to Drake University. I went to Dowling Prep Catholic School. And we start sharing some stories about Iowa. Now, this is all in the lobby, having never seen one another.
Wow.
And he says, I worked my way through Drake University playing piano, an incredible jazz musician, Lexi.
That's what I was going to say. That's a secret that people didn't realize about Al. I didn't know until I saw him at the Christmas concert.
Right.
Right.
He was a recording quality jazz pianist. I mean, a Teddy Wilson kind of style, George Shearing, and didn't do that much publicly, but he did appear often on our Christmas show. So we were chatting about him musically, and my parents had performed in the Des Moines area occasionally, and we said, well, wait a minute, what bands did you work with? And I found out that he not only was with this particular band that I was aware of. As we talked, I discovered that Al McCoy played the piano in the band that played for my senior prom.
Oh, what?
Oh, my God.
At Dowling High School. Right.
Oh, my goodness.
And we both said, well, no, is that possible?
So many connections.
And Al said, well, I guess I'll see you again then if you wind up staying here. And
you did many times. So he was a friend to many. He was an accomplished performer, musician. Let's talk a little bit about his time with the Suns, because this is really what we know him for here in the Valley.
And he was just one of those outstanding voices, but more than that, he was a personality. And as you read this morning's Republic, the entire front page of the sports page, of the sports section, is Al McCoy.
Wow.
But every time anybody's talking about him, Lexi, they all talk about those Al McCoy-isms. Shazam, Zing goes the strings, and Heartbreak Hotel when somebody misses a three.
I was with the Jerry Colangelo's Hall of Fame golf tournament with a lot of those Hall of Famers and stuff, and our own sons, and we were talking about Al, and everybody was asking about him because sometimes he shows up to those. But what really got me was that every player there, no matter what team it was, always called Al when they wanted to go into radio or play-by-play. He never said no. I mean, all of them, from Tom Chambers to, Bill Lambier, all these guys, Al was the person they turned to, and that's, I think, the legacy he's leaving, is not just him making those calls on the court, but also the calls that he got off the court, too.
The calls that he took
close friends with the giants of the business, the superstars, and yet, one time we were at a dinner together very quickly, and he said, Pat, let me show you something. And, right? And it was him in a convertible in Williams, Arizona at the 4th of July parade. And he was so proud. We miss him, and we'll never forget Al McCoy.
We will.
Absolutely. Pat, thank you for sharing all of that with us.
Yes, thank you. Al McCoy, a icon, a sports legend, will be missed here in the Valley.
Down by 2 points. Phoenix fired the shot. Heard round the world.
1 second remaining in the second overtime. Here's Perry. To Gar Hurd. Here's the jump shot. Good!